Hello, you guys. Welcome to Needing a Meeting. Sorry we're so late today. I thought I was live and I was not. So we're going to go live now and we're going to be watching this documentary called Wasted and doing a reaction to it. So if you have a reaction that you want to type in the chat, I can put it up on the screen. And if you want to come into the meeting room, I will post the link. You can react that way as well. Live and on camera. Let's see.
Hey, y'all.
And Misha.
Yeah, there's the link to the meeting room, and I'm going to start the video over.
Hi, Mish. Hi, Christy. Hi, Cosmic Christy. Hi, Christy Cowell. Hey, y'all.
All right, Christy, okay, here we go.
Turn myself.
Okay. All right, and we're doing a documentary, Christy, and just reacting to it. So if there's something that comes up that you'd like to react to, just kind of put your hand up or something, or just interrupt or something.
Awesome.
Okay, and I'm going to start the video now.
Mike Pond is a therapist with true empathy for his addicted clients. He knows how it feels.
This is where I came down and passed out that freezing night, curled up in here with my bottle.
Everyone in Mike's life told him to go to AA, but Mike kept failing the program, and he's not alone. In fact, Alcoholics Anonymous doesn't work for most people.
So, Mike, now it's your turn.
Sober once more, Mike's on a mission to discover science-based addiction treatment.
I really relate to these rats.
He's finding a revolution in addiction research.
This is like the most exciting thing that's happening in healthcare.
From understanding how impulsivity sets people up for addiction, to mapping the reward circuitry in the brain.
So that's you. Oh boy.
A revolution that offers new hope and new treatments to those whose lives are wasted by addiction. They're on the wagon or falling off it. They're clean and sober or wasted again. The painful drama of addiction plays out in countless Canadian families. Many, including doctors, still see addiction as a moral challenge rather than a medical one.
I love
but
this.
That may be about to change.
Yeah.
Mike Pond is
It's
a
about
62-year-old.
freaking time. Hey, Cosmic Christy, how are you? Yeah. And so we're going to be exploring what this guy is exploring with science and addiction, and just reacting to it. So if you have a reaction that you want to put up, I can put it up on the screen, or you can come into the meeting room. I did post the link there, and if I need to post it again, I can do that. All right, and I'm going to start the video back up if we're all good to go.
Vancouver psychotherapist with a thriving practice. When he's not working, Mike's living the West Coast life.
That'll be a traditional size Rabinisto to go.
Playing every bit the part of a man who has made it twice. In his previous life, Mike also had a successful practice, which included contracts with the RCMP, school boards, and First Nations, plus a lakeside home in Penticton and a picture-perfect family.
Well, when the boys were little, my typical morning would be I'd get up, I'd come out on the deck with my coffee. I could watch the boys out here playing. They'd be riding their bikes or on their skateboards. Over here playing ball on the ball diamond.
Try on the ball. Oh, another big hit.
It almost looks like
A lot of really fond memories, good memories here.
He's built a life helping others, but he could not help himself. By the time he was 50, Mike had lost this house and everything else that mattered to alcoholism. It didn't help that Mike lived in the heart of Canada's wine country.
A lot of our friends were in the industry, and we were surrounded by vineyards and wineries, and we did a lot of wine tasting.
The beautiful beach town of Penticton was a perfect place to raise a family, and perfect place to morph from social drinker to drunk.
Well, this is Campbell Mountain, And I used to ride from the bottom here 3 or 4 times a week, and I'd ride right to the top.
Wow.
Well, I'd have 2 water bottles. One had my Gatorade in it, and one had my Gatorade and
I'm
vodka.
chilling out with
So
Carol
I'd drink my
and
Gatorade
Steve
for
and
the hard
Christy
climb
and
up,
Misha.
and then my reward for the
Hang on.
fast ride down.
Do what?
Nothing. Rich was asking me what I was doing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Was
No
Gatorade
problem
and
at all.
vodka.
We can start this and
And
stop
it
this
stashes in the
anytime you want.
garage and behind the old drywall. Even at the beaten spot where I buried a bottle. I mean,
Well, I'd have 2 water bottles. One had my Gatorade in it, and one had my Gatorade and vodka. So I'd drink my Gatorade for the hard climb up, and then my reward for the fast ride down was the Gatorade and vodka.
and it stashes in the garage and behind the old drywall. Even at the beach, I had a certain spot where I buried a bottle. I mean, just like, it was like a dog or something burying his bone,
I have a question.
Everyone kept suggesting the one thing they'd heard helped drinkers, Alcoholics Anonymous.
My doctor said go to AA, friends, family, and so I went to AA, and I just kept relapsing.
And when withdrawal got too hard to take, Mike ended up at this ER. He estimates 15 times.
I'd hear things like, Mr. Pond, don't you know we have real sick people here?
By 2007, Mike's drinking had destroyed his family. He moved out.
Believe that?
I have a
Spanish,
question.
Yeah.
So I thought that hiding alcohol and things like that was just something they did in a movie. People really do that? Like they
Trust me.
hide it?
Yes.
Yep, they do.
Really?
Yeah. Big
So
time.
why do you hide it? I mean, because your loved ones would know you have a problem. Are you hiding it so they don't know how much you have? Or are you trying to hide the problem?
Correct.
Or
All
you
the-
just want to be able to, wherever you are, have your booze at your disposal.
Yeah.
And any reason you can
You
think
don't
of to
wanna just
hide it,
pick
we
out
did.
your Jack Daniels bottle, and just go to town.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like people hide it in shampoo bottles and keep it in the shower. They'll hide it in anything.
I had
Yeah.
a water bottle on the shelf. I kept vodka in.
Wow.
I
There
almost
you go.
wonder because I never really the alcohol was never an issue for me. Of course, there was other stuff,
Yeah.
and I was really creative in hiding. Even got some in jail because I was so creative in hiding. But no, I almost wonder if with the alcohol, if it's not something that you're even hiding from yourself somewhat, and so it becomes something.
That's right. That's right. A lot of times people don't even know why they're doing it. They're,
That's it. That's
I mean, they do, but they really don't necessarily.
I
Rick,
didn't want to
like,
deal with the consequences of getting of me being under the influence and having to have her enable me or whatever. So I would just hide whatever I could.
Oh yeah, Rich and I, like, when we first started dating, we had a roommate, and he would always tell us he was just drinking water, and he was drinking bottles and bottles and bottles of vodka.
Wow.
And he moved out, and we went into the bedroom to clean it all out and whatever, and we found like 56 bottles, empty
my
bottles
God.
of vodka in the room.
Wow.
They were everywhere.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Like Cosmic said, though, she said that she was accused of it by an alcohol counselor. I was accused of stuff. I was accused of because I wrote in my journal too much. But the accusations that the counselors give are so very harmful to
That
people
doesn't
because
even make any
it's like,
sense. What?
Yeah, I know. Oh, I was horrible too because she called me a junkie, and at that time I wasn't doing that part. That the definition of what makes it a junkie. Man,
Yeah.
I jumped up on that table. I was horrible. But it's like, you accuse me of doing something. By God, I'm gonna at least be guilty of doing what you're accusing me of.
I am the same way, Misha. If I'm
so
in trouble, I
detrimental
may
that-
as well just go balls to the wall with it.
Yeah. You're gonna say
I
I'm
don't
doing
like
this, then,
being accused
I'm
of
gonna do it.
anything that I'm not doing.
Right.
Do what?
I don't like being accused of anything that I'm not doing.
That is right.
Oh, nobody.
Yeah.
It is so unfair. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm all okay. I have these problems, and I am to the world. Y'all can see my problems. Don't add more to me. You're here to help, counselor. What are you doing?
Right.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh. I thought maybe that was just an Otis thing on the Andy Griffith show. Like, I didn't know that they really like.
That's funny.
That is kind of funny, actually.
I mean, I'm sorry. I
know.
I would just remember watching Andy Griffith when I was little, thinking, why would anybody do that? Why is he
Otis would spend the night in a drunk tank. He'd let him go in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and like I remember one where his wife made him dump everything out, and he was just pulling stuff out of everywhere. And I thought, well, everybody, I thought it was just for comic relief. Like I really didn't. I didn't mean to get off topic, but I just wanted to ask. Like,
No, that's
No.
really, it's very
Great
real.
question.
It's very
still
true.
topic.
wow.
Yeah.
And it's something that really needs to be addressed too, because I mean, if from an outsider's perspective, I can see where you would think that was just in the movies, but it's really, I mean, the reality of it is so much more.
Yeah.
You always had
So much
several
more.
too, because if one got found, they wouldn't know where the other ones were.
Right?
Yeah.
The backup to the backup.
So your backups had backups that had backups and had backups.
Yeah.
Correct.
Exactly.
All right. That's interesting. Maybe I could apply this to like when I buy too many purses. I could just stash them
Right.
slowly.
No, all you have to do when you buy purses is you put one inside the other.
I do that.
I
Yep.
just tell my husband, I'm like, no, I had that many when you left. You must have forgotten.
You guys are freaking me out now.
No, okay, that's
like
not
a Mary
topic.
Poppins purse.
I didn't mean to go sideways. It was a genuine
it's
I
good
like
to go
going
in the
sideways.
weeds every now and again. Keeps us on our toes.
Cosmic Christie said I would lose it on myself if I hit it. I couldn't remember how many ones I lost.
I'm still scared that we're going to open something up one day and like my kids are going to be there and it's something from the past that I've had hidden. That scares me to this day. Yeah.
Oh, my youngest son is this a regular pop, Daddy, or is this a yucky pop? Because I would put it in the big styrofoam 44 ounces, and he picked it up and drank it and said, "This is yucky," and I felt so bad. And so he learned to ask me, "Is this yucky pop or regular pop?"
See, it becomes so much integrated into our lives.
Now, I will say this so that you don't feel so bad, Steve. So you don't feel so bad. My dad chewed my whole life, and he would spit into soda cans. And one time I did the same thing, and I learned after that when you pick it up, you sniff it and then drink it. So you'd pick it up, sniff and drink.
I've actually done that drunk at a party. Yeah.
My first ever sense of nicotine and all that was at the bowling alley. I was like 5 years old, and I went to get a drink in my pop, and they had used it as an ashtray, as a spittoon, and I had no idea. I'd never been. Yeah, it was awful. I can still I have very few memories, but I remember that one.
I forgot about yucky pop till just now. That just blasted me in the face.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
All right.
Cosmic.
All right. Are we ready to start it back up?
Yes, sorry.
I rewound just a little bit so we can keep the flow of what you're saying going.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
My doctor said go to AA, friends, family, and so I went to AA, and I just kept relapsing.
And when withdrawal got too hard to take, Mike ended up at this ER. He estimates 15 times.
I'd hear things like, Mr. Pond, don't you know we have real sick people here?
By 2007, Mike's drinking had destroyed his family. He moved out.
the Spanish Villa. Stayed there for
Real sick.
1 month. Tiki Shores. Stayed there for a month. Shoreline. I was there a few weeks.
His family gone, his practice crumbled.
My office is those 3 windows up there. Well, I was on a long bender, about a week-long bender, and I'd been locked out of my offices, and I had nowhere to stay. So I busted down the doors and passed out on the couch in my office. And when I came to, and 4 resignations on my desk.
Wow.
Everybody was done. Everybody.
Oh.
With
Exactly,
no practice
Christy.
and no family, Mike boarded a Greyhound bus. If he were ever to sober up, it wouldn't happen in Penticton.
People, places, things.
The
Yeah.
bus spit Mike
Geographical
out
therapy.
on the edge of Vancouver's notorious downtown east side.
Exactly.
Oh, it was horrible. It was filthy and trying to find something to eat, trying to find some place to take a pee.
One need now trumped them all: find booze. Severe alcoholics risk seizures if they do not get alcohol. Mike had already suffered too.
What?
And I really needed to drink really
Yeah.
bad. And I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
have a
when he was
penny.
in the hospital, and they, to the ER with his seizures from withdrawal, and they said, "We've got real sick people here. He could have
Hey,
died from
Carol.
that."
On your
Yeah.
stream, it's showing stream unavailable, suspended for policy violations.
It's a reaction video.
Yep. Copyright, though, it's going to suspend it. I mean, it's already suspended it.
It has. I see it on mine.
Oh.
So does that mean it's not playing?
That means it's no longer viable.
Yeah.
Like nobody can come on and watch? Is that what?
Yeah, it means
what it
that you're going to probably get a copyright strike.
I'll dispute it because it's a reaction video. That is fair use.
Yeah. Did you put it on your about like your show where you see more?
Yeah, in the title it says "Reaction to Wasted."
Let's all go out and go back in and try it again.
Maybe
No, I'm not going to get no, I'm not risking 2 copyright
Right. Okay.
strikes.
All right. I guess. Yeah.
Is
No
it
way.
maybe
I mean,
because
you can
it's
argue
playing
it. I got
Yeah, I can argue it. I can totally argue it.
strikes. You can have so many, it's not going to like hurt you unless you get a bunch more. But I the other day just on a comment was talking about watch this video, and they got me for spam, a spam comment.
Huh.
So they're getting, it's the AI, and it's hard to argue with an AI.
Yeah, the other
Alright, so
night
I'm
actually I was watching Growing Up in Scientology with Aaron and Reese and Sterling, and Aaron his channel kept getting demonetized and monetized and demonetized and monetized and demonetized through the whole entire show. But the other 2 were monetized. It was weird. And he
Who is
hadn't
this
said
now?
anything derogatory or slanderous or anything. They were just playing a trivia game.
So who is this?
Aaron and
Hey,
Reese
Aaron.
and Sterling on Growing Up in Scientology.
Okay.
But it kept going back and forth, back and forth.
It's supposed to be fair use to do a reaction to this thing, to this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
So we're not even live on YouTube right now. Stream
No.
unavailable, it says.
Yeah, it's black.
Like the chat, I think is still going. See if y'all can see where it says Christy, Christy said, huh?
Yeah, I can see the chat.
Okay, so the chat's still live. It's just not.
Okay, well now that it's paused, we're back on.
Yeah, I haven't ever
I
seen anything.
When you stop it, it comes back on.
It's from the having that on there, which is it's really kind of amazing that they're letting it come back on with that. I wonder how that's going to play out.
Maybe there was already somebody looking into it. I don't, if the algorithm is doing that or if a person is doing it. But if they see reaction to wasted, they should know that that's fair use. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe they do. Maybe they do know it's fair use. I don't know. So it does
Well,
look
it
like
says
we're
you're
back
still
on.
live on my computer. It's saying you're live.
Yeah, mine
Okay.
too.
Live.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, on my phone I can see that it's live. I can see when it shut down, but we're back now.
Okay. All right. So if
You
it does
can-
it again, let me know. And in the meantime,
And
we'll
Carol,
just
check your messages on your YouTube studio.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will. And yeah, if
So-
if it is a strike, I'm going to dispute it. So
Yeah.
You have to.
yeah.
Because of what you're showing is only helping addicts. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
I mean,
I'm
they
not
can bury
I'm
it.
not even
They can,
monetized is the funny thing. I'm not making
Right.
money on this.
right.
Period.
But what I'm saying is what you're doing is helping addicts.
Yes.
So they can bury the video, which they can do that. They'll bury it. So it'll be harder for people to find.
Right.
Do you feel like you want to click it and start it back up and see what
Yeah,
happens?
let's give me a heads up if it goes black again.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to start it back up. But maybe they saw a reaction and decided to let it go. I don't know.
Trying to find something to eat. Trying to find some place to take a pee.
I like it says take a peek.
One need now trump them all. Find booze. Severe alcoholics risk seizures if they do not get alcohol. Mike had already suffered too.
And I really needed a drink, really bad. And I didn't have a penny. Well, there's people outside in the restaurants down there, and I just said, does anybody want to buy a laptop?
What?
Finally, a young guy said, I'll give you 20 bucks for it.
Oh my
I went
God.
into some pub.
And I bet it was not a cheap laptop either.
No, and
No.
I bet he didn't have time to take everything off of there either.
Yeah. So are we still does it look like we're still going?
Yeah,
Yep.
if you see, oh no, we're not anymore.
Again?
Yeah, we're not. It just said unavailable.
Huh.
I don't see that.
Well, it depends, I guess, too, on if they're gonna, because it's a copyright because it's not your exact material, and unless the creators themselves have an automatic copyright thing on there, because they can say, I had a lot of copyright strikes where it just said that I can't monetize on it, which I'm not anyways, but said that I can't do that, but it can still play, or they'll like take that part of it out, and so it could be because you're live right now.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could try to do something else, and then maybe contact the copyright owners.
Mhm.
In addition to contacting YouTube.
And I wonder too, I know it seems very minuscule, but if you put in the description of the video, if you put on there fair use,
okay,
if that would make a difference. I know whenever I did anything like that, I would always try to put that.
Yeah.
And I know, like I said, it may be minuscule, but it might help.
This pisses me off.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. This is the world we have. And
We have
just
to
got
learn to work around it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. So I'm going to stop sharing this. And are we back on? Do you know?
It says stream unavailable again.
Not yet. It's
Okay.
still unavailable.
Mine never said that.
Mine didn't on my computer, but it did on my
Oh,
phone because I had it going on my
phone
phone.
says it now.
Yeah. So it doesn't on the live. It looks like everything's clicking along, going fine, but on my phone is where it says it.
Okay.
And it still hasn't come back. So, okay, now it's back.
That is interesting.
And just a little something that I've learned this time is if you don't want to pull out your phone, you can do a different tab. Because I've got both of you. I've got the live stream, the restream, and I've got YouTube on mute on a different tab.
I would still like to do a reaction to this documentary. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to contact the copyright owners and get specific permission, even though it's fair use.
There's also an extension, Carol, that you can do certain. You can watch certain things together on your restream.
So can the content YouTube does this on its own without prompting from the content creator?
Yeah, it's probably programmed into the algorithm. I'm guessing. I don't really know the answer to that. I don't know if it's a live person that gets a flag and say, "Oh, let's," or if it's the algorithm. I don't know that.
Kind of like Facebook is controlled completely by AI right now.
Right.
And that's what YouTube has transitioned over to over the last few years as well. There's a lot of stuff that is just straight up talking to robots.
We need Elon Musk to buy YouTube.
Yeah.
I know. I said that the other day. It's so censored. It's disgusting.
Hey,
It's
Carol.
horrible.
Yeah.
On my end, it's not even up on YouTube.
Really?
Nothing.
Really?
Huh.
Well, why don't I just start a new stream, you guys? I'll just schedule another stream and I'll do another reaction to Peter Mon like last weekend.
Okay.
Okay. All righty. All right, so I'm going to close this out, guys, and just be watching for another stream.
Yep.
All righty.
Are you going to do it in Messenger? Are you going to post it in Messenger?